Why, hello there. It looks like you're in here for a little shirt fitting, is this correct? Excellent. You're the one who called ahead, is that correct? Perfect. Thank you for letting us know. We scheduled out a block of time to give you the most perfect measurement process. So, have you ever had your shirt measurements taken before? No? Okay. Well, this is going to be perfect for when you want anything tailored, particularly when it comes to dress shirts, and making sure that your shirts aren't too loose on you, which will give you an unprofessional look, but that they're also not too tight on you because, number one, that'll make it very uncomfortable, and number two, it will also look quite unprofessional, a tad bit metro, if you will. So, if you'd like, a tad bit European, if you will. So if you'd like, we can begin measuring you right now, and as I take your measurements, I'll be jotting it down and then seeing if we can find an appropriate and lovely shirt to your liking today. How does that sound? Perfect. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to take the inner measurement, or the measurements around your neck. I'm going to go into the inner circumference of your collar and just measure right above your collar where it sits what exactly your neck measures. So just give me one moment. I'm going to go around your neck and I'm just going to take this little seam right here. Okay. Ooh, wow. A very thick neck. It's like a tree trunk. Excuse me. I bumped your head twice. Now, I'm going to jot that down. Okay. Your neck measures 17 inches. I'm going to add a ½ inch, which is about the size of my finger. When you add a ½ inch, it allows for a little bit of breathing room on the neck, so that way the shirt sits comfortably. As previously mentioned, it's not choking you, but also 17 inches plus ½ inch. It looks proper, formal, and suited to you. Tailor-made. It's a very rare thing to now find tailor-made clothes. Everything's usually off the rack, but that doesn't feel like it's a personal piece of clothing. Now, if you wouldn't mind turning around, I'm going to measure your shoulders. I'm going to see your length of arms after I measure your shoulders, but I also want to see how far apart your shoulders are and how even they are as well. Typically, there's a seam called the yoke that splits your back in half on the shirt. However, if there isn't a yoke present, for example, in a t-shirt styled kind of attire or garb, then we'll have to just split the measurement between shoulder seam to shoulder seam in half, and then that's where we find the yoke. Okay? So, I want you to just stand very confidently with your back nice and erect, making sure that your posture is on point. I'm going to go in and I'm going to take your measurement from shoulder blade to shoulder blade. Are you ready? Okay. I'm just going to go from right here and just going across. There we go. Perfect. You have a very broad back. Okay. I'm gathering that it is 23 inches. So to split that in the half, it'll be an 11.5 yoke, splitting your back into two pieces. And now, having taken that measurement, I'm going to note down that your back is 23 inches. And your yoke sits at 11.5 inches. Okay, so now I'm going to go and measure your back again. I'm going to go down from the yoke. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay, lovely. I'm going to go down from the yoke and I'm going to ask you to elongate your arm as such. Allow your arm to just go forward like this. I'm going to take your measurement from the yoke, which is the middle of your back once again, all the way down to your elbow. Okay? Are you ready? Okay, perfect. going to go all the way down to your elbow. I'm getting 20 inches. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to be measuring your arm lengths for your dress shirt. Is there anything in specific that you're looking for a formal shirt to wear today? Oh, you're attending a wedding. Okay, perfect. I'm assuming it's not yours. Okay. Typically, if it was yours, you wouldn't say that you were attending a wedding. You are getting married. So that's wonderful. I love weddings. I love when families start. I love baby photos. I love it all. So going from your elbow down to your cufflink, I want you to just hold your arm like this in front of you. There we go, nice and straight, perfect. And I'm just going to add this measurement onto the measurement I just took. Okay, I'm gathering 11 inches for your forearm. And now I'm going to do the same onto the other arm. I'm going to just make sure, because typically we don't know if your arms are necessarily even. We'll have to adjust if your sleeves are different sizes. I'm going to go down the yoke again, so I'm just going to go down your shoulders, find the yoke again. There we go. And then from your yoke, I'm going to ask you to lift up your arm as I said before, but this time this one, and I'm going to go across down the arm. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to take your measurement. Yep, I'm very glad I did. Your arms are just a tad, just a smidge, bit uneven. This arm is 12 inches. So I'm going to note that down, that on your left arm 12 inches, uneven, just a tad bit. And now I want you to take your forearm and stretch it out in front of you and just keep it still for me. I'm going to measure out and see what I can gather from here. Your forearm is the same as your other forearm. It's 11 inches. So it's only off by just a slight inch. So forearm on the left is 11 inches as well. Okay. Now if you'd like, you also mentioned on the phone that you wanted to tailor this particular shirt as well. Okay, perfect. Well, if that's the case, I'm going to take this small little Tailor marker and I'm going to just mark up where exactly we can kind of take in your shirt, and then you can follow me and I can show you some other options that we can offer you here at our boutique. How does that sound? Perfect. Well, stay still for me. I'm just going to kind of pull this in and just mark up where we can take it in. Then I'm going to go on this side and just take that in. Okay, perfect. Turn around for me again, please. I'm just going to go across and perfect. And then turn around for me again, please. I'm going to take in the collar and make sure that the collar also isn't too tight or too loose. Right now I just see that it's a little bit loose. So I'm just going to take this in as well. I'm just going to go in here and just... Okay. Then on this side I'm just going to take this in as well. Perfect. Okay. Okay. If you'd like, I can take your shirt. Are you wearing an undershirt as instructed? Perfect. Okay, excellent. We don't want you walking around shirtless outside. So, you can pass me your shirt. Thank you. We will get back to you in about a week with results. You can even come 3 days from now. That'll be around when the shirt should be ready too. But I'm just going to give you a rough estimate, which is going to be a week from now. Your shirt will definitely be ready by then. And if you like, after now having taken your measurements and now having taken in your shirt, would you like to see some attire options that we offer in our little shop? Perfect. Well, alrighty then. Please do accompany me into the showroom. I'm going to give you all of the fabric options and style options that we offer here. Are you ready? I really kind of read your aesthetic, your color palette, and I think I'm going to have a great eye for finding out what suits you, what complements your skin tone, and your facial structure. Yeah, come along and see if I'm kind of scratching the itch that you like aimed for. Okay, let's go.